So yeah, I was just thinking about this aspect of what's often missing now in society. Um, can be like people seeing you know the true self of what people are like without um, an airbrush, and also without a lot of editing. Because what you tend to see on social media a lot is people editing massively for attention focus, as in they know that people's attention drops after 3 to 5 seconds. And yeah, I get that, you know. So to make human beings watch your videos more, you edit every 3 to 5 seconds, and you would also get rid of things like ums and ahs, and you would, make scripts for things and all of that. And I guess in a sense, I feel like I rebel against that, but for various reasons. One being that um, in my thoughts and view, it's damaging to people's attention span and ability to concentrate on things. For you to be doing lots of editing on a video, um, and I know people will talk about um, keeping people's attention, and I get it, but there's this aspect where more and more people are unable to concentrate on things. They're unable to focus on things, and that I think is to do with you know strengthening that behavioral experience of very short form content. And I've done experiments with that on my channel as well, and can see that people view things a lot more for shorter attention spans. But I'm not particularly bothered about that. I don't make any money from this channel, um, at the moment, at least, anyway. So I'm not really bothered about the views, and any ads you see, they'll be YouTubers taking that for themselves. And I guess I think it's therapeutic for people to have to tolerate normal human behavior, and to watch people talking as they might normally talk to a friend or something like that. And I think that's what's missing now in society. And people get a perception of people being, perfect, or people things being a certain way, and that's the expectation. But I think there's a richness that comes from seeing people be natural and talk themselves, and you know, you miss all of that richness of the human interaction that you might have face to face with somebody if you were actually talking to them. Um, there might be a need to have a bit of patience with somebody, or to give them time to open up or speak and stuff like that. Um, and so people's thoughts and ideas about what's normal, or what what the variation is in human behavior is skewed partly by a lot of editing and short form content, but also things like AI use now as well and stuff like that. So um, it's a little bit like processed foods in my mind, where big food companies have made it so that if we eat a piece of food that's highly processed, they've hacked our brains and our, you know, um, desires and taste buds, to the sense that we just want more and more of that. And is that actually healthy for us? Well, I can pretty much categorically state that that's not healthy for us, this processed foods. And I can see that, yeah, I've been addicted to processed foods, and I still like something occasionally because that's the nature of it. It's kind of like they've, designed it that way. And it's a little bit like that with content in my mind. It's not always good if you do want to watch something in a kind of activating all of your adrenaline, cortisol, attention, focus. I think there's a therapeutic aspect to having to tolerate somebody like me drawn on, or just talk through and think through ideas and stuff like that in a more natural way. Um, yeah, and I guess it might help with other people's perceptions of themselves. Because this aspect, they think somebody just comes out with things all snappily without, imperfections. Then they'll start being critical of themselves, often. Not always, but they'll be like, oh, why didn't I say it like this? Or how couldn't I get it all snappy like this? Or all this other stuff. And, it's actually normal to not remember a certain thing that you could have mentioned, or something else that could have been said, or not quite saying it as you wanted to, or having ums and ahs in things. And I often see that, where people struggle with their interactions socially because they're criticizing what they're doing a lot. And I think this heavily edited footage and polished stuff contributes to that sometimes. But anyway, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna continue to rebel on that front and not heavily edit things. I might edit things a wee bit, but yeah, you're not gonna get 3-second edits throughout my videos, and that's for partly one of the reasons. And I'm cool with that if it doesn't get views, I'm cool with that. Yeah, but have a lovely one.